Hi, welcome to this epic disaster live from Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, we aren't actually live.
We're live to us.
We're live.
We're live
right
now.
now.
Right this second, we're live. Yesterday, and I don't care, but yesterday the Georgia Bulldogs won the national championship in football.
So that's like college football.
Yes, it is college football. Exactly like college football.
I don't follow college football.
I
Never
don't either.
have. Never will. But I do know who they are.
Yeah.
And I know that some folks on my team at work are fans.
Sure.
And then some people at work vehemently hate them because apparently this is a college thing.
I'm from East Tennessee, so University of Tennessee is my team.
Right.
So
if you had to pick
there's
one.
nothing happening there.
Yeah, but
I quit. I just quit following football several years ago. So any like college or pro, I just not.
But isn't this like the first time they've won this championship?
In a while, they've done pretty good. They've won SEC championships and stuff. I think I can remember when I was in college, which was years and years and years and years ago, they were winning championships. That's when Herschel Walker was with them.
Well, if this isn't the SEC championship, what is this?
The SEC championship happened, I think, last week.
Oh.
Same two teams, and the other team won.
Oh.
So the other team is SEC championship.
But
Georgia is
whatever this
national.
Oh, okay, national.
Mm-hmm.
So weird. But that's bigger, right? Because SEC is just a group of schools.
This is all over everything. Yes.
Wow.
And as you know, the Atlanta Braves won the World Series this year.
What's in the water? I
yeah.
wonder. Georgia
but the
water.
Falcons not doing that much.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Not doing much. But anyway, so I guess congratulations to the fans. The fans don't do anything.
No.
You know when you're a fan of a team, you when they win, you just feel so great. You're like, yes, we won. It's like, no.
Even
you didn't do anything.
Yeah, even statements like that. We won. Okay,
Yeah.
what did you do?
You picked a team.
You picked a team.
Who eventually won.
And rooted for them.
Yes.
And that is pretty much it.
And that's pretty much what happened this time, I think.
Interesting.
But anyway, yeah, okay. So that's been going on here in Atlanta, Georgia. What else? Joe Biden was in Atlanta talking today about stuff.
He left today, I think. Yeah.
I didn't see any kind of traffic jams or anything like that. I did hear a little tiny bit of his speech. He cursed a little bit. That's the thing, you know. It just seems like after Trump, all presidents now have to curse. I guess they think it's cool. It's like a kid when they first go to high school and they say damn for the first time and then they feel cool and they have to do it all the time.
So you see one person smoking and then you have to smoke.
And it's like, Joe, come on.
You're
80-something years old.
Stop it. Just
you don't
stop.
have to.
Just stop.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
You don't have to look like a moron to be cool.
You don't. So now you can say pussy, damn, hell. No one, I don't know. I don't know if anybody said fucking person yet. There's been like, you know, behind the scenes mentions of it and things like that.
There have.
But there will be, you know, I don't know in my time, but in 20 years, in the presidential debates, one of them will go, fuck you. And then it's over.
And then it's just
that'll happen.
Playground crap.
Totally.
At that
it
point.
already is.
I mean,
that.
it already is. Yeah.
But no one has yet just used that one. But it's going to happen.
But you know, when they still have a hot mic on, you pick things up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a few racial slurs and these kinds of things.
I mean, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, let's do a brew. Let's do a beer. I'm feeling a little loose right now because I had a cocktail.
Yeah, you did.
My wife made a little. It was butterscotch cocktail.
So it was
cracked? My glass is cracked.
Is your glass cracked?
I think so.
No, it's not.
I think it is. Is that a crack right there?
I don't know. Let me see.
No, I don't think it's broken yet. But I believe it's cracked.
If brew spews out the side of your glass, we'll know.
We will know.
So the beer that we're having today in our live beer review, which is basically where we have a beer, we drink it during the podcast, and we tell you at the end of the podcast what we think of the beer. We rate it 1 through 5. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Today we are having a brew by Sycamore Brewing, and it is called Special Brownies.
Okay.
It's a chocolate stout. It has 7.3% alcohol by volume. You've already poured yours, and it's quite dark.
You mean tell you a secret?
Yes.
To me, it looks and smells exactly like last week's beer.
Does it really?
I haven't tasted it yet, so I don't know.
But last week's was a coffee stout. This is a chocolate stout.
Yeah, we'll see.
But oftentimes coffee is mixed with chocolate to bring out the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does smell of coffee, doesn't it?
Okay, I can taste the difference.
It smells of bitter chocolate.
It does have a slight bitter taste.
Okay.
A taste that I sometimes will call leather. But
okay.
It's
like you're sucking on somebody's leather jacket?
Well, I don't know about that. I've never done that. But it's very earthy. It's got a dirty, earthy. You could say chocolate. You see what I'm saying? It's actually kind of coffee, like burnt coffee.
It does taste like burnt coffee.
Yeah.
It is very earthy. Yes, I see what you're saying. All right.
Well,
we'll let you know at the end of the podcast what we think of this Sycamore.
All right, what's going
Brownies.
on with you? What's happening? What's going on in your world?
I'm suffering from some intense guilt right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you doing stuff
that
you weren't supposed to be doing?
No, I didn't do anything I wasn't supposed to do.
Then why are you feeling guilt?
I missed my dog's birthday.
When was her birthday?
The 7th of January.
She doesn't know. Just do it. Just go ahead now.
You
You remember it. Just do something special. That's all she cares about.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't even know what a day is.
I know.
So don't worry about that. Just do the special thing.
Okay. I'm gonna buy her some Frosty Paws.
Yeah. You could. In fact, my freezer. Grab one because we got a bunch.
Oh, did you buy more?
Well, we were in the grocery store and they were having a sale and we bought like 2 boxes. So we got too many.
Well, maybe before I leave,
you should. Yeah.
We'll let them all have a Frosty Paw.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. They can have a little. And they'll love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because she needs friends to celebrate with.
Yeah, that's true.
All dogs need friends.
I had a moment today I wasn't happy about.
What happened? I have several moments a day I'm not happy about. But
so I needed to do a mail out. Sorry, I just kind of cleared my throat in your ear, everybody out there.
Yeah, we heard it.
I had to do a mail out for my art gallery, and I was mailing out to senior homes, senior assisted living homes, senior apartments, and things like that.
Sure.
And every single one of them had listed starting at 62 years.
Uh-huh.
That's a senior. 62 is a senior.
Actually, for discounts and things, I think it starts at 55.
Well, I get asked sometimes, not all of them, but certain, especially Goodwill. I shop at Goodwill. I don't care.
I do too.
I don't care who knows it.
Yeah.
I love shopping at Goodwill. It's my favorite store to shop at in a way. And the 55, I think, is the senior. Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. But you can move into a senior care facility at 62.
Yeah.
That's 2 years.
From now.
From my age.
Well,
2 years.
2 years and a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be 60 in April, which is stupid.
It's not stupid. It's just
stupid.
It's just time. That's how time flows.
No, I know that, but I don't know why. I guess I felt like when I got to the age like this, that I would start feeling different. But you never do. You always feel like you're 25.
Well,
and I just think
I
when
don't.
you're 80, when you're in your 80s, you have to still feel the same. Like when you were in college, I don't feel any different it's exactly like I was in college. But except now someone is telling me, someone is saying, "Oh, you're going to be 60." Mm-hmm. Which when I was a kid, 60 was old people's age.
Yes.
If you were like, what's the age of the oldest person you know? I would be like 60.
And you're about to be
Those
60.
Geezers, and that doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense at all.
But it does, kind of. I mean, because, time moves in one direction. And
I saw today, like, Purple Rain, Princess Purple Rain's about to be 40 years old.
Well, yeah, because it came out when
like
you were around
all
20.
of the albums I listened to from the Police, 40 years old. That's 40 years old. That's ridiculous.
Well, how about this one?
Bob Saget died. He's like 5 years older than me, 4 years older than me.
Yep.
And it was probably just old age.
Well, there's no sign of foul play, and they haven't done a toxicology report yet, or they haven't got the results back yet. Right. But at the same time, it didn't appear that there was anything.
You know what I love about Bob Saget dying?
What?
Gilbert Gottfried is going to do the worst joke, the most tasteless joke about it, and it's going to be so funny.
I hope so.
Because they were best friends.
Yeah.
They're like best buddies.
Yeah. And Bob Saget, in real life, he was filthy.
Totally filthy. And
Filthy.
he would love it. I mean,
Yes.
if you never saw the Bob Saget roast, watch it. But I mean, Bob Saget would be somewhere laughing his ass off if Gilbert Gottfried did a Bob Saget joke.
Yes. Yes.
It would be the perfect tribute. But anyway, I liked Bob Saget. I can remember, I liked him as a stand-up. I never watched Full House or hardly watched it or whatever.
Yeah,
So I didn't see a lot of that. I can remember when I was young, I was working in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and I was driving home. So I lived in Knoxville, so the drive home was, I don't know, an hour or hour and a half sometimes.
Yeah.
And I would drive home hour.
Yeah, it couldn't have been much more than an hour.
And I would drive home and I would listen to Tom Snyder. If you're old, you know who Tom Snyder is. If you're young, you don't know. Tom Snyder was like Johnny Carson for really, really for people who couldn't go to sleep, because he came on like
I recognize
way
that
after.
name.
Dan Aykroyd. For old people who know who Dan Aykroyd is, young people, he's one of the Ghostbusters.
There you go.
Let's just say that.
Stop there.
But Dan Aykroyd,
the original Ghostbusters.
Dan Aykroyd on the original Saturday Night Live, which I think was 75 years ago, used to do a Tom Snyder impersonation. Anyway, so I would listen to Tom, and Tom Snyder had a talk show, and it was like a radio show.
Yeah.
And I remember Bob Saget and Dave Coulier being on that show together.
Oh.
And they were just riffing. They were just doing improv. And Bob Saget said something so funny, I actually had to pull my car over.
Really?
Because I was laughing. And you know me, I don't laugh that much or that
No.
hard. But that got me.
Not, you don't normally laugh out loud because you're too busy
Analyzing. Yeah, but that was just, that got me. I had to pull over because it was so funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense.
So Bob, gone. Bob, Betty White,
Yeah.
gone. They're all leaving us. I don't know who's going to be next. You know who my prediction? So you remember now? This is in total bad taste.
Last year you did a prediction.
I did. Who did I predict? Do you remember?
Eddie Van Halen.
I did, and he died.
Yeah.
And who do you think I'm going to predict this year? Now it can't be the people who have already died, obviously.
Obviously.
So like it was like the first big music star or something. I think, I don't know.
I don't know who you're going to predict for this to die in 2022. I know who I'm going to predict.
Okay, so let's predict it.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to predict that this person will be the first to die.
Right, because it's already happened.
Died. But I predict this person, this is awful. It's terrible. I
Well,
hope
just
they're not
because
even
we make a
listening to the
prediction
podcast.
doesn't mean they're not.
I don't
listening
want
to
her
it.
to die. I'm just saying I think she'll die this year.
Who?
Olivia Newton-John.
Really?
I'm predicting on the podcast, live on the podcast right now.
Why would you choose her?
We'll see.
Sandra Dee? Come on.
She's battled cancer most of her life. She went in remission. It comes back, and she keeps having problems. And last I heard, and I could be wrong about this part, but last I heard, she had kind of like it was like terminal. And
Yeah.
so, to her credit, her response was like, well, whatever. When I go, I go. I'm just going to I'm going to enjoy my life. And that's
Yeah.
what you should do.
I agree.
And I hope that it goes away, or that she's better, or that it was a misdiagnosis or whatever. But I don't feel it.
You're just saying that to cover your ass.
What? No, I'm saying I don't feel positive.
Okay, so my prediction.
And I
know.
used to be
know.
like madly in love with her.
I know.
Yeah.
My prediction is Bill Cosby.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's had a rough few years,
Yeah.
and he's looking older and older.
Well, he's like my dad's age, my mom's age for sure.
Yeah, but
But
could you imagine
still,
being their
He
age
seems pretty healthy.
and having that amount of
survived
stress?
prison. Yeah, he doesn't have stress anymore.
He's going back.
Huh?
I think he's going back to prison.
No, he won't.
No?
No, they won't do it.
We'll see.
All right, let's play a little Would You Rather.
All right, let's
Would
do
you
that.
rather be Bill Cosby or Olivia Newton-John? I don't know. And Olivia, if you listen to the podcast, I'm just saying, I hope.
She doesn't.
I hope.
She doesn't.
I hope Eddie lives. I hope Eddie Van Halen lives.
Eddie's dead.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it.
All right, throw. Let's say
Only-
green. You're going to do green again. You did it last week, green again this week.
The only reason Eddie Van Halen is dead is because you predicted he would die.
Probably.
It's purple.
I liked Eddie. All right. Purple is food ingestion. Would you rather eat a cooked beaver? Would you rather eat a cooked beaver tail? Sorry. Oops.
Oh.
Or a cooked cow udder?
I can't even imagine what either of those things would taste like. But I think that the udder would be much more palatable.
Utterly tasty. Yes.
Utterly.
Yeah, I agree. I think the tail's just going to be like leather or something.
Yeah.
But the udder on a cow, I mean, it's probably fat and tissue. It's
just
probably
flesh.
like some kind of fatty thing that, when you get in a cow.
Like belly bacon or something from a pig is probably
and
what...
the reality is, I bet you that you can eat that.
You can probably eat both of those things.
I don't know about the tail. I don't think that's actually edible. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
We don't know. It's your turn.
And you know what?
What?
Olivia Newton-John ate some beaver tail once. That's what's wrong with her.
Okay.
That's the whole problem.
Well, it's a good thing that I chose the cow udder.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice. Ooh.
So, you are going to throw a blue one.
No, a red one.
What?
Who was right on that one?
You were. That's weird.
I just felt it.
Because you're never right.
That's not true.
All right. So, red is pain, fear, and discomfort.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather
Yes, I would.
have your thumb and first finger glued together for life in the OK sign?
Oh, people think I was racist.
Exactly. Or be forced to say thank you before every sentence?
Thank you, that one.
Yeah, totally.
No, I don't know. I mean, the other one you could hide. You could put your hand in your pocket.
Yeah, but then it'd be like, what are you doing with your hand in your pocket? And you pull it out and it looks like this.
No,
and what are people going to say?
Have you ever played the little game where you do like that? See,
Yes.
That's what everybody would think I was doing. Everybody would be
Yeah.
like poking me all the time. I want that one. I want that
No,
one.
you don't.
I changed my mind.
No,
I want
you
the
don't.
Glued, I want the glued finger. Totally do.
All right. You're going to get hate mail.
No, it's not always like racist.
I know.
Yeah, that's the one I want.
All right.
I would like to thank our many listeners out there, but in particularly the ones who sent us email this week.
Yeah.
So I got, let's see, it's nice hearing when people, or knowing when people listen to the podcast. So we didn't mention last week, but we got an email from Patrick who wants us to do the Naked Podcast.
Yeah.
He suggested we do it in a hot tub.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But here's the thing. He wants us to do it in a hot tub with no jets going, which means you'd be able to see in the water.
Well, it depends on the angle of the camera, and yeah, we don't have to set it.
But at the same time, he didn't say anything about a video podcast.
Oh, I know. That's the thing.
We could just pretend we're sitting in a hot tub.
I'm naked right now. I just want you to know.
I have my eyes shut, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm naked.
But yeah. So maybe not.
Who knows?
Not likely.
I'll be in a hot tub. You be in your bathtub. That's what we'll do. We'll do like a Zoom. We'll each be naked in different places. We don't have to actually be in the same room naked.
And then will our guests be naked in their own space too?
Totally. Everyone should get naked. It will be a Zoom podcast of graphic nudity.
Would you show your boobs?
I think you have to. I mean, you're just there. I mean, dudes it's one thing, but dudettes. You're gonna see something.
Well, you don't want to see these.
Cynthia sent us an email about history. Because we had talked about Roman history. You had mentioned some stuff about Roman history.
I missed that.
She said that was a good podcast out there.
Okay, good.
I'm not as much of a history buff, but
I am.
That was cool.
I like history.
And finally, Gary mentioned, now this is a good thing. He caught us, didn't really catch us. Let's just say we did conspiracy theories last week.
Right.
And he caught one that we didn't mention.
Right.
And it's a good one. about flat Earth.
Yeah.
People who believe that the Earth is flat. And I just think, I'm sorry, I'm going to come right out. They're morons. That there are some, like, if you're talking about the 9/11 thing, you know, even if it's kind of silly or stupid or far out or whatever, you could look at it and go, all right, well, maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
But the whole flat Earth thing is just dumb.
It is dumb.
That's just somebody, if someone wants to say they believe that, that's just someone coming up and going, I want to tell you I'm dumb. This is how I want to do it.
Or I just want to be different.
But I mean, it is that, but it's just dumb.
It's dumb.
To think that, I mean, at one point in this world, a lot of people believed that. Why did they believe it? Because that's all they saw.
Mm-hmm.
They lived and looked and saw a flat horizon.
But it has been hundreds of years since it was determined that the Earth is round.
And there are pictures to prove, no, these people choose not to believe that.
Now, here's the thing.
That's not even belief.
Scientifically, the Earth is not a perfect sphere because it is pulled like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, no one says that. Even if it's...
So it's you know, it's kind of, I won't even go oblong. I would just say it's a little stretched at the edges due to orbits and
Sure.
gravity, because these are laws and things. Mm-hmm. But it is more round than it is flat.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
It is nowhere near flat. Period.
So that's a good one. That conspiracy is definitely one we kind of forgot. I don't know. It's, to me, that's just so stupid. It's embarrassing. I don't even want to mention it. I don't want to give those people any kind of press.
And can you believe there are actual, like, people, celebrities that people pay money to buy their albums or watch their movies who really believe that?
Yes.
That just blows me
I also
away.
question whether they do. I mean, to me, I think part of it is like what you say, that they want to be different. It's just, it's dumb. I don't
Who
even
could actually believe that?
I don't.
I don't know either.
All right. So anyway, that's good. And thanks to all who wrote to us. We love getting the letters, and we like knowing that you're listening to the
We do.
podcast.
It shows that
Someone
you actually listen.
listens to one or two occasionally out there.
I won't mention names because it's not my business, but one of our listeners has COVID right now.
Oh, no. I bet more than one does.
Possibly, but,
Yeah.
you know, one of them actually made it, you know, my business. Well, told me. Anyways, that person says they're feeling better, which
That's
is good. So more power to you.
Yeah.
Just keep getting better.
Yep.
Drink those fluids.
Yeah. Get vaccinated, everybody. If you get COVID, at least it helps it to kind of be not as...
Yeah,
as
for
high.
sure.
I was just thinking yesterday about all the people who got it before there was vaccines, all of, I mean, so like celebrities, and I know there are more than celebrities, but I don't know everybody, but I do know the celebrities who died from COVID.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't get the opportunity to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
They got it before
Yep.
a vaccine even came out. That's so wrong. It just doesn't seem fair.
Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people died before there was a vaccine.
But it'll be like that. Like one day there'll just be a pill for cancer, and you just take it, and then you think, all those people who died of cancer, because even
but just
now,
like you said on our last podcast, just so Big Pharma could make money.
I know, but even now, when you think about it, how many people like breast cancer who live, and used to, that was a death sentence.
Definite
Like
death
you got
sentence.
breast cancer, that's it, you're done.
Yeah.
So many people get cancers and live from it now, and it's just, I mean, and one day it'll all be gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they'll have a pill for it. All right.
Take
anyway.
this pill and you won't die.
Yeah.
So I have some days of the week here.
Oh, really?
And I've added kind of a new little twist on it. I'm still going to do my days of the week. I should mention
Gonna do 'em
now.
naked.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to do them in hot. No, that's not it either. I should mention now that starting in February, we're going to switch this up a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm only going to do one of these a month because this ends up taking like 20 minutes out of each show.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So rather than do that every week, I'm going to start with the first show of the month, and I'm going to say all of the... I won't do every single day because some days you can't find anything other than food-related things.
But we need to know what days are what. So
Yeah.
that'll definitely be helpful. We can plan our whole calendar.
your whole month just by listening to one episode.
That first podcast.
Yep.
That's good. That's good.
All right. Thank you. I think it was your idea, but anyway. So I'm going to go over these. This is just for this week, mind you. Sure. Monday, January 17th. That's today. If you're listening on the day this comes out, is of course MLK Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Have a dream.
This is the first year that my company is giving us this day off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Well, see, what we do is, IT related. And not everybody gets this day off. And some of our clients don't. And so we need to be there for them.
Yeah.
But it's become more important to take this day off. Not that it wasn't always important. To remember and, celebrate. So we're doing it this year. I feel bad for the people that are on call because we do have a 24/7 on call.
Well, it's like Christmas. Somebody's got to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So, yay, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It is also National Hot Buttered Rum Day.
Oh, man.
So I think we should have a hot buttered rum on Monday.
I just want hot butter. I can do without the rum.
You're just going to slather it on yourself
So
or
this
what?
diet that I'm on, you're allowed, you can have butter, not so much, but olive oil is the thing.
Yeah.
And man, I've been olive oiling it up. It's so good.
You should certainly slather that on your skin.
I want some olive oil rum.
Mm-hmm. Sounds disgusting, actually.
I know, it does.
Okay, Tuesday, tomorrow, January the 18th, is National Thesaurus Day. Do you own a thesaurus?
In other words, you mean like a dictionary?
No, a thesaurus.
A dictionary with words that mean other things?
Kinda, yeah.
See, I was like telling you what a thesaurus. I was giving like another definition of thesaurus, like a thesaurus would. Okay, go ahead.
Do you own one?
I do, but I use the one online all the time, and I have a thesaurus app on my phone. Yes, I'm a nerd. Yes.
Do you know?
You have to.
Yeah.
Like I write poetry, I write
Yes.
stuff, so you need a thesaurus. So
Yes.
I need a thesaurus.
Do you know why I bought my first thesaurus as an adult?
You were trying to find another word for help.
And by maybe, and by an adult I mean somewhere between 15 and 16 years
That's
old.
not an adult.
I was. I bought my first thesaurus because
you're writing porn.
Well, no.
Oh.
I can do that without a thesaurus. I bought it for crossword puzzles.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Cheating, too.
It's not cheating.
It is like Googling the answer.
And is that a problem?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm not supposed to do that.
I always cheat on my crossword.
Oh,
You're just
Jesus
knocking Jesus
fell.
over.
Sorry,
Stop
Jeez.
with that. He's like,
Jeezy.
hey, you know what
Jeezy
Jesus
crazy.
looks like? He looks like the shrug emoji.
He is kind of shrugging.
All right. So Wednesday, January 19th is, this isn't what I thought it was when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It's World Cork Day.
Cork?
Yes.
Okay.
So a quark, in my opinion, is a theoretical thing in the universe.
Okay.
Okay, like a black hole or blah, blah, blah. No, those aren't theoretical, but a quark. Well, that's not what this is. Apparently, on January 19th, World Quark Day officially celebrates quark and its many benefits. Quark is a European superfood staking its claim on supermarket shelves worldwide. Quark is a delicious, high-protein, low-fat alternative to soft cheese and yogurt.
Oh, wow.
That can be used for baking, cooking,
I
and
want to
blending.
try it. I want to try it.
There are no limits when using quark. If the menu calls for sweet or savory, hot or cold, quark cheese, quote unquote, works well in place of almost any dairy. For example, replace cream cheese or sour cream with quark.
I just want to taste it now. I didn't even know that existed.
Me either until today.
For me, quark was an alternative to PageMaker.
Okay.
Way back in the 80s.
Yeah.
As a designer,
Yeah.
Quark Express was what I used to design a lot of publications.
Okay.
If you're a publication nerd, you know what I'm talking about.
And if you're a astronomy nerd, you know what I'm talking about.
Or
with
if
the
you're
quark.
a cheese nerd.
Or cheese nerd, then you know what both of us didn't know until today. All right. Here's a historical fact
Okay. I always want to know those.
about January the 18th.
Okay.
The American Civil Liberties Union, also known as the ACLU,
Yes.
is founded
Oh, wow.
in 1920. on this day. The organization grew out of 1917 National Civil Liberties Bureau, founded by Robert Nash Baldwin and Crystal Eastman. Other founding members include Helen Keller, Morris Ernst, Garfield Hayes, and Jane Addams.
All the reason why that's a good week for Civil Rights Week.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Thursday, January the 20th.
20.
Did I miss a day? I missed a day.
19.
No, I didn't. I did. That was Cork Day.
20.
Okay. So Thursday, January 20th is, funnily enough, National Cheese Lovers Day.
I love the cheese.
I do love my cheese. Do you know what, though?
What?
I think I'm developing an aversion to dairy.
That's your age. You will discover this as you get older.
You told me
one day you wake up and you cannot have pizza like you thought you could.
Which happened when I was 37.
But the cheese, the ice cream, anything like that, things that you ate your whole life, all of a sudden, boom! And you're like, what the heck? Why is this happening? It's like, no, it happens to all old people. But I'll tell you how to fix it.
Okay.
It took me a while to learn it.
All right.
But here's the secret.
Please.
They make an enzyme. It's like Beano, but they should call it Cheezo. But anyway, it's dairy enzyme to help you to digest dairy.
Like
and
lactate?
Totally.
Okay.
Take it. And so my wife wouldn't do it. I talked her into it, and she did it. And it works wonders. So take it. You can eat any dairy you want.
All right.
It works perfectly.
I'm going to look it up.
Right before you go, because otherwise you'll go to sleep and you'll just be sick all night.
Well, mine is mostly like creamy soups and stuff like that. That's
Exactly.
what really gets me.
Especially if it's mixed with tomato stuff.
Oh, yeah. Because then you got the acid from
fries, fried food, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. Just take the enzyme. Do it.
All right. I'm going to do it. So Friday, the 21st of January.
We're going to change the podcast to Advice from Geezers.
But it's good advice.
My knee hurts. You know what to do when your knee hurts? You put ice on it. And
No.
then you put heat on it. And then you put ice on it again. And then heat. And then ice. And then fall asleep for a while.
But don't forget, also you need to use the Aspercream. But I found something
Aspercream.
even better than Aspercream.
Oh, yeah?
It's called Numb Master.
It's called what?
Numb Master.
I don't know what that is.
So Aspercream Aspercream with lidocaine. So lidocaine,
okay.
if you use it topically, has a numbing effect.
Okay.
So Aspercream with lidocaine and anything that you buy at the store normally has like 4% lidocaine in
Yeah.
it. Online, I found this thing called Numb Master has 5% lidocaine.
Let's talk to the geezer. Use Voltaren. Put Voltaren on your knee. It feels really good. It works. All right, geezer. Thank you.
This particular
Wow.
geezer sounded like he had a different accent.
I don't know what was going on. I think we have a lot of geezers that we bring in. Voltaren, he says.
Voltaren, apparently. Friday, January 21st. National. Oh, and don't combine these 2 days. I got 2 days for you.
Cheese?
No.
Oh,
National
drinking and driving?
Hugging Day
Oh, okay.
and Squirrel Appreciation Day.
Yeah, don't hug squirrels.
Don't hug squirrels. They don't like it.
If they're trained, they might.
They're not fans of being hugged.
No,
No. They might eat your face.
could.
Yeah. So don't do that. Saturday, January the 22nd, National Blonde Brownie Day, also known as a blondie.
All right. I don't know the difference other than the color. If you closed your eyes, we should do a taste test. Let's do that on the show.
Okay.
We'll get like a blondie and then a regular brownie.
Okay.
We'll blindfold and then we'll taste and we'll see if we can taste the difference because I'm pretty convinced we can't.
I can tell you what the difference is.
Their color is different.
Well, that's one thing. But the difference is in a brownie, obviously, you use cocoa powder or chocolate, right? Or both. In a blondie, you substitute that with brown sugar.
You might be able to tell the difference. I still say we couldn't. I want to try it. I think that should be one of our things that we do. When's National? Well, let's do it on that day. Well, we can't because we don't record. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that's Saturday. I mean, we could, but anyway. Also, some new different facts about that day. I got some birthdays for you for January 22nd.
All right.
Justina Lorena Carter Ford.
Don't know.
1871. Shortly after earning her medical degree from Herring Medical School in Chicago,
She died.
Ford became the first African-American woman to obtain a medical license in Colorado.
Wow.
However, since all the hospitals in Denver denied her privileges, she just went and opened her own practice.
There you go.
Because fuck y'all. It was also Willa Brown's birthday in 1906. Willa.
That sounds like a name that a lot of the young people would name their kids now.
Yeah.
They like naming old people's names.
Yeah, for sure.
Willa is a good name.
Willa is. In 1938, Brown became the first African-American woman to earn a pilot license in the United States. In 1938. 17 years after Bessie Coleman earned hers in France. 17 years.
Crazy.
A year later, Brown obtained her commercial license. So she was licensed to fly commercial airlines.
Remember TWA?
I do. I remember a very famous, crash.
I just remember the logo. I was a logo freak when I was a kid. I loved logos.
That was a good logo.
Yeah, TWA.
I used to fly on TWAs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So another historical fact from January the 22nd.
Uh-huh.
You're going to like this one.
Oh, okay.
In 1968, the sketch comedy television show Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In
Oh, wow.
premiered on NBC.
I watched that a lot. I didn't get all the jokes because I was young, and most of the jokes were for the older people.
Same.
But I loved it. I loved all of the personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you remember, here come the judge. Here
Yes.
come the judge.
Yes.
Flip Wilson did that a lot. He was my favorite comedian at the time.
One of mine was very interesting.
Artie Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth Buzzy.
Yes.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Still looking pretty hot last time I saw her.
Goldie Hawn.
She never looked hot in on TV because she was always looking like the old bag lady.
Right.
But today, Ruth Buzzy looks hotter than Goldie Hawn.
I know.
Did you know? How could you? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. Goldie Hawn didn't do a whole lot more except for Go-Go Dance and be the stupid blonde.
Trying to think of who all might be alive today who was regulars on the show. I don't know. Joanne Worley. I don't know if she's dead.
I don't know either.
I don't think she's dead. Who else was on the show? Anyway, we don't want to do that.
Can you tell me who the comedians that hosted the show for 5 years were?
Dan Rowan and Dick Martin.
Very good. Of course you knew that.
Yeah, I love
Rowan
them.
and Martin's Laugh-In. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
I still, as a comedy team, I loved them. They were like one of my favorites. I thought they were so good. Dick Martin was the Jerry Lewis, and Dan Rowan was kind of the Dean Martin.
Yeah.
And they were so Playboy, like Playboy Club. They would always stand there smoking.
Oh, yeah.
Always a cigarette. They were wearing tuxes.
Yes.
Sometimes they'd have a little scotch in their hand, whiskey or something.
And
it
they
was
had
just like,
different little inside jokes.
Yeah. All those jokes back then were about the war, Vietnam War, and just drugs and peace and all of that stuff.
And sex.
And women's lib. A lot of women's lib jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. So one more day.
Sounds so stupid now, but women's lib was actually a thing.
Women's lib.
Women wanted the same rights. Ooh,
Let's
How
liberate
dare them.
women.
how dare them?
How dare you?
Yeah.
All right. So one more day. We got Sunday, January the 23rd.
Sure.
I just have one item for this
Okay.
day. It's National Pie Day. And not like Pie Day,
Like
which is
eating pie.
March 14th, but Pie Day, like actual pie.
What pie would you eat? Don't even. No, I mean like a real pie. What would you eat? A real pie on Pie Day.
Some of my favorite pie is like key lime pie.
Key lime is awesome.
That's my favorite, I think. But if I had to go with like a fruit pie, I really like blackberry pie.
That's good. Trying to think. So I like pies a lot.
Yeah, I much prefer pies over cake.
My wife's a good pie maker. My wife's a good cake maker too. But pies I tend to like. Pumpkin pie, still love pumpkin cheesecake. I mean, is cheesecake pie? I think cheesecake is a pie, even though it has the word cake in it. It's not a real cake.
It's
a
not
pie.
like a sponge.
Yeah,
It's
so
not a
I'm going to
sponge.
say it's
Yeah.
a pie, and so I'm going to say pumpkin cheesecake is probably my favorite pie.
There you go.
I love pecan pie.
Now, so for me,
Coconut cream.
Don't put chocolate in your pecan pie. Just don't do
Okay,
it.
well, put it on top.
No, don't do that either.
If you want to eat it, you can. They don't have to put it on yours.
Okay, there.
Yeah.
Don't put it on mine. When you ate meat,
Yeah.
And now I suppose you could even do it without eating meat.
Okay.
What kind of savory pies do you like?
What did that even mean?
Like a pot pie. Like, that's a pie.
I didn't even think of that as a pie. Well, I mean, I like pot pie. I like veggie pot pie now with fake meat in it. Mm-hmm. But I would eat chicken pot pie, which was good. And shepherd's pie was awesome. So I'm a big fan of all those kind of things, like pies and stews and
anything in pastry.
Sure.
Yeah. Can be a pie.
But there was a lot of that I didn't have. Like there was a lot of meat pies I didn't have. But
yeah. Okay, so those are the days of the week. I hope that you use that information accordingly, however you see fit.
Good. Awesome. All right. What else? What else we got? Oh, I saw a movie. I need to talk about this movie that I saw this week on Netflix. Now, this is a movie that's kind of popular right now. A lot of people have seen it or going to see it. Try not to do spoilers on it, but I watched it. It's called Don't Look Up. Do you know this movie?
Jennifer Lawrence, Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
And Timothy Chalamet.
Well, he has kind of a small part. There's tons of people in this. Lots and lots of people. Meryl Streep is in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh crap! What's his name?
I don't think that's it. I don't think "oh crap" is the name.
I didn't think I was going to forget anybody's name.
You're almost 60, Rick.
I know this guy. It'll pop in my head in just a minute, and you know him too. He's been in all the. Now I forgot that guy's name. You know who I want to say, and it's the wrong name.
Is it, you want to say Johnny Depp?
No, he's not in this film. You know who Josh Gad is?
No.
You do know if you saw him. All right, so Seth
Rogen,
who you were talking about earlier. He's in all the Seth Rogen films.
James Franco?
No, keep going. He used to be kind of fat, and he lost a lot of weight, and he's doing a lot of kind of lead type roles now. I'll say his name in just a minute. It'll pop in my head.
And he doesn't like you talking about his weight?
Well, I mean...
His name is... I know. He's a young Jewish guy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Funny.
I know. Yeah.
Chubby, but he's becoming less so.
Yeah.
He was so good in Wolf of Wall Street. Jonah Hill.
Thank you.
Totally. That's what I'm trying to... He was in that. All this just so I could say that.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, lots and lots of people in it, so it's good. I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about what it's about without giving it away. So a comet is discovered.
A comet
is discovered.
Not an asteroid, but a comet.
A comet. I believe it's a comet.
Okay.
Yes. Heading straight for the Earth. So they these scientists at Michigan State have this system. And Jennifer Lawrence, I can't remember her character's name, but she is the one who discovers it. And she sees it, and she's like, what the heck? And this comet is like coming right for Earth. So they all get together and meet. Leonardo DiCaprio is like the main scientist. He does all these figurations, and he's like, holy shit, this is going to smack right into the Earth. Mm-hmm. So they have to tell everybody. They have to warn everybody.
Right, yeah.
So they get together, and they go talk to the president. They go talk to TV people, they talk to news people, they talk to the general public, everybody, and no one is interested. Everybody has their own distractions. Everybody has their own things. The president's wondering, what's going to happen at midterms. The TV people are worried about ratings.
Right.
Newspaper people are worried about, this. No one cares. And the scientists are like, what's going on here? We're going to die, and no one cares.
And no one's listening to us.
And they're talking about who's going to be on the program in 2 weeks, and there's no 2 weeks.
Wow. So it's that quick.
It's funny. So it's funny. It's weird. It's scary because it's so true.
Yeah.
But it's worth a watch. It's not what I would call the best movie ever made.
Sure.
It's satire.
Yeah.
It's funny satire. It's scary satire because it's so true. And so I would highly recommend some good performances in it.
I will definitely check it out, and I think our listeners too should too, because what you told me earlier sounds like I mean, you did go into a little more detail with me, and we don't want to give any spoilers away here, but it's definitely something I'm going to check out. I've been wanting to. I just I get into these ruts, and I just don't watch anything new.
There's a character, I can't remember the guy's name. Peter His name is Peter in the movie. Isherwood, maybe, or something. He's kind of like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates.
Okay.
He's my favorite character now of all times. That guy, that character that he's created is amazing. And when you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. He cracked me up. But anyway, so what I found out was the reviews of this movie, critics hate this movie, and the public seems to love the movie.
Right.
It's very entertaining. It's very funny, but the movie itself makes fun of newspapers and TV, and these are the people where the critics work.
That's so it's mirroring.
They hate it.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I was actually reading the reviews of this, and the reviews start sounding like the movie. It's the funniest joke. It's just like you can't write a review of the movie without actually being a part of the movie in a weird way.
Yeah.
And they don't mention anybody like there's no CNN. It's like CNV or something.
Sure.
So, but they have the New York Herald, which is kind of like the New York Times, but it's the New York Herald. They have the same font as the New York Times. It's got almost the same logo, but it's the New York Herald. So, the critic for the New York Times spent half of his review defending the New York Times. It's like,
my gosh.
We would never do this.
No.
We would not act, and I'm going to tell you why. And it just went off, and it was like such a joke. It was so funny. But anyway, watch it, please.
Now, did you ever get around to watching Idiocracy?
No.
It's an older movie, obviously.
Oh, I know. Wasn't it Mike Judge?
Yeah.
There's I read about Idiocracy, about the making of, and that is so fascinating, almost more than the movie itself. But I want to see it for sure.
What is absolutely fascinating is now it's been out for a hot minute. The things that are mirroring our current actual situation blow me away, and it was something that they basically. Saw happening. They predicted, predicted, and some of it's come true.
Well, this is what I thought was funny on one of the reviews, and I think it was Rolling Stone, but I can't be positive. Was like blasting the movie, and they were saying it's like Adam McKay. Adam McKay is one who did it, and he was like it's his worst movie, and just went on and on and on. And then they said this script was written before COVID, but the movie is so hauntingly accurate at how it treats the COVID. I was just like, well, that just shows you how good the satire is.
Exactly.
If they wrote it before,
they saw
and it came
coming.
true.
Yep.
So
saw it coming.
All right. So I have a question for you first.
Okay, what's up?
Scientists have announced that a comet has been discovered and it's heading straight for the Earth. The Earth will be destroyed in 6 months.
6 months.
You have 6 months to live.
Okay.
And then the comet will destroy the Earth.
Okay.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Would you kill yourself before the comet hits? Or would you rather live through the calamity, watch everything being destroyed, including yourself? Which would you do?
Well, let me preface that by saying that if this were a perfect world,
yes,
I would stick around and watch the end. Mm-hmm. However, I have a feeling that as soon as it were guaranteed that a comet was headed for the Earth and people were going to die, we would be in a much more Purge type situation, the horror movie Purge, where people just go out and kill other people because they can, because there's no real...
Oh, I see, yeah.
You know? So at that point, if I were anywhere near anything like that going on, I would take my own life. I would not let them do it to me.
I would think it wouldn't be that frequent. It wouldn't happen that much. But
you have a very high, evaluation of the human race.
I think it might happen, but sure.
I know exactly what would happen. The looting would start the day it was confirmed.
But why would you loot? You wouldn't get anything. You're going to die. That
Nobody
doesn't even
cares.
make sense.
They want it right now.
Well, that's the thing. The movie, no one cared. But there was looting in the movie some too. But
yes.
But I'm all right. So none of that. I don't care. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in you. Would you not want to go through the death of yourself in that catastrophe, or would you want to just go ahead and just off yourself? Like, you could overdose, you could take a bunch of pills and go to sleep and never wake up, and you're done. There was a peaceful death.
I tried that.
Huh?
I tried that.
But you could really try it at that point. Or you could just watch the tragedy happen, the world end, the blow up. It would be horrible, but for a few minutes.
If I knew I would be safe until the end, where I didn't have to worry about people killing other people just for the fun of it because they can, I would stick around.
You would go through it all.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I would. I don't know, but I think I would. But that would be horrible. It's so the same kind of question. If you're on a plane crash, you know that the plane is about to crash. You're falling out of the sky. You have a pill you could take, kill yourself right then, or kill yourself when you crash. Which would you do?
Are we crashing on land or in water?
Either way.
In water, I would take my own life. Mm-hmm. On land, I would just let it happen.
I always, and we've talked about this before, I think, but it's just fascinating to me, the people who jumped out of the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
That it's like, I can't go through the catastrophe of this, so I'll go through the catastrophe of killing myself. Falling out of a building where I know I'm going to die in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
But you're not going to burn to death.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I don't know. These people burned to death. They just crushed their. I would say they suffocated.
Take the least painful way out.
Let's not go too far into the death. I think that a lot of people might not want to hear that. But yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about flying for a few seconds in the air, peaceful.
Not
cool.
to mention, if you're falling from that height,
yeah,
your heart is likely to stop before you hit the ground.
I guess. All right, so I checked on this because I was curious about what would happen. What would happen if an asteroid actually hit the Earth?
Okay.
And I have a few little facts. All right, so an asteroid, a mile wide.
Yes.
That's a big-ass asteroid.
Yes.
An asteroid a mile wide would hit the Earth at 30,000 miles per hour.
Yes.
That's blinking.
Yes.
From the time it enters the atmosphere till the time it hits,
you don't have time to blink.
2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. I don't know how big the atmosphere is, but it's just quick.
Yeah,
just like over so quick. It would hit with the force of a 1 million megaton bomb.
And what do you think is going to survive that?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
If the asteroid the size of a house, no, this is not a mile wide. This is an asteroid the size of
just
a
house. Just a house, like this average house that we're in right now.
Hit the Earth at 30,000 miles per hour. The energy would equal pretty much the same as the bomb that hit Hiroshima.
Yes.
More or less, which is 20 kilotons. All right. That would flatten every reinforced concrete building from up to a half a mile away. It'll flatten it completely, just wipe it out. It would flatten every wood structure for 1.5 miles. That's the size of a house.
Yep.
An asteroid.
Yep.
Comet, whatever. Okay. If it's as big as a 20-story building, you're talking about a 25 to 50 megatons bomb, which is that's larger than any nuclear bomb that's ever been made. Mm-hmm. It would flatten every reinforced concrete building up to 5 miles.
Okay.
It would completely destroy any major city. Mm-hmm. It would just completely destroy that city. Mm-hmm. Now, you have to think of what happened. It didn't, America didn't completely shut down when the World Trade Centers fell, but it crippled America for a while.
Yeah.
Stock exchange, just mental stability.
Airline travel.
Everything. This would be all over the world. All right. To wipe out everything on Earth, The asteroid would have to be 7 to 8 miles wide.
Oh, okay.
That would create a dust plume that would envelop the entire planet. And that would block the sun. And this is what I don't understand. It would raise the temperature tremendously at the point where the asteroid hit. And I don't know, why is that? Because you don't have the sun, but is the asteroid hot? Or is it makes a hole so big in the earth that the heat from the earth, I don't know.
It's called the greenhouse effect. When you block the ozone layer, or when you what is it? When you block
the atmosphere, sure.
Yes, then you create a greenhouse effect.
Okay, that makes sense. Billions of people would die. Billions of people would die.
Yeah, and we have about 8 billion people
8 billion
on
in the world. Billions. We're talking about at least half the population, if not more.
Sure.
Most life would be destroyed.
Mm-hmm. So that even the people that survived wouldn't have anything to live on, and they probably wouldn't live that long anyway.
Right. But here's the thing. Scientists believe that some people... Oh, no, what?
Slow up.
Scientists believe that some life would survive.
Not necessarily humans.
I don't know if it's people. I doubt it. We're really easy to kill. So I don't know. But some life would survive. All right?
Okay.
It would take an asteroid 60 miles wide to completely eliminate all life on Earth. 60 miles. Could you imagine? 60 miles wide. That's bigger than Atlanta. I mean, just like... Yeah, it is.
I don't think so.
It is.
Okay.
It's huge.
That
it would. I mean, the world's done. Everything's done. There's no more life.
Because now you just have a huge hole. And just kills everything. Cracks all.
And I think that's what possibly killed off all the dinosaurs and everything else. And I don't know how big of an asteroid they believe, but
it couldn't have been that big. Because if it was that big, the planet wouldn't be here anymore.
Right. Yeah. And it didn't kill off all life, but it had to be a big one.
Had to be a big one. Sure. I will tell you this. It's either now, and this is not for the day we release, but the day that we're recording. Mm-hmm. It's either tonight or tomorrow night. A very large asteroid is going to pass by the Earth. It's I don't remember the exact measurement, but it's 2.5 times wide, as tall as the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pretty big asteroid, right?
Yeah.
It's about to fly past the Earth.
Yeah.
This is the closest it's been, and the closest it will be in 200 years.
Yeah.
It's still like 1.2 million miles away.
Yeah. They. This is in the movie, but it's also real. Is that NASA and other scientific space agencies have ways of tracking comets and asteroids, and they've been doing it for decades, and they can predict with accuracy where these are going.
Yeah.
And they keep watch.
Yes.
And they actually have, and this is what's fascinating to me, they actually have drones and spaceships and things that they can send out to explode and to move them off.
They have them.
Trajectory.
They have them.
Yeah.
But it's not like commonly used because thankfully it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but it's out there. I will say that scenario is addressed in the movie. I won't tell you how it turns out.
Thank you.
But they do address that, and so I guess I kind of knew. I mean, I didn't think they were making that up. That it seemed kind of plausible. Mm-hmm. What happens with it is not. Well, I don't know. Maybe it could be plausible. But anyway, they actually have plans to just blow them up, turn them into pieces.
They do that on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Also...
so they're looking out for us.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's China's space agency.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's what it's called, but their space program has... plans, if it hasn't already happened, and I'm sorry I'm not very up to date on this, but they are planning to land on an asteroid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if they haven't already.
Yeah, we did that with a little ship or a drone or something, and then it lost contact.
Yeah, well, this will happen.
I just wonder, some alien gets on one of these and what the heck is that? Why is that there?
What that?
Where did that come from?
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Anyway,
asteroids have been out there for billions and billions and billions of years, just like the Earth has been here.
I watched the movie, and my thought was I couldn't wait for everybody to die. I wanted them to die. They were so horrible. There just wasn't a lot of hope. But I don't know if it ever happened, and I knew it was going to happen. Wouldn't you kind of want to see, I mean, I don't know what good it would do, but wouldn't you kind of want to know what it was like to watch the world end?
Exactly.
You're going to die anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
which is why I said
Let's think about
play
this.
It out.
You're going to die.
Right.
You're not going to die for 2 days. You're not going to die for 1 day. You're not even going to die for 1 hour. It's probably 5 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
So you can hang on for 5 seconds.
You can do anything for 5 seconds.
And have anything to happen. I don't know if there is an afterlife and you retain any kind of memory that could be valuable. If all you're doing is experiencing it for 5 seconds and then it goes blank, what the heck? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Kind of a waste of time. But I don't know. I think that might be kind of interesting.
I would absolutely stick around if I didn't have to worry about like a purge type situation.
Yeah.
If I knew I would be safe until the event.
Yeah.
And I could maintain being fed and warm until the event, because if it were to happen and somebody said this is happening and it were confirmed this is happening, shit would just shut down.
That's true.
So you have to remember, you got to keep yourself fed, you got to keep yourself warm, you got to keep your pets fed, you got to do all these things. So, if I could manage that, I would stick around till the end.
I will tell you, if that ever happens, if an asteroid is projected to hit the Earth, we will do a naked podcast. It will happen.
It's going to happen.
We're going to do it.
And we will invite every naked person who wants to be on the podcast to be on the podcast.
That's true. All right, let's shut down this podcast, speaking of that. Not because of an asteroid, but because it's time. It's time. It's time to put a stop to this. And we need to talk about this beer first really quick. Let's do a review.
Okay, so again, what we're drinking is by Sycamore Brewing. It's called Special Brownies. It's a chocolate stout. It's 7.3% alcohol by volume. And it is, it's a thing. Yeah. So what do you think?
I liked it. I liked it better than last week. I'm going to give it the same score I gave it last week, 3.5. But it leans to a 4. I like it a little more. I don't want to go in between. I don't want to do a 3.75. I'm just going to say
we don't allow.
Right. 7.5. I like it. It's a strong 3.5. A little bit towards the 4. And I'm not sure why I don't give it a 4. It might be a little too sweet or whatever, but I liked it better than last time, and I'm feeling a little buzzed.
Well, that's clear. But I made my prediction, or my rating last year was a 3.
Last week, yes, 3. Mm-hmm.
Did I say last year?
Kind of, almost last year. I mean,
no, it was last week. Mm-hmm. I gave it a 3. This time I'm going to give it like a 2.5.
Oh, you didn't like it as much.
I didn't like it as much.
Oh, okay.
So we're going in different directions
here. I'm a fan of it.
And it's possible I didn't like it as much because I had this cocktail prior,
which
was
true.
Very sweet.
Well, I did too, but I liked it. So there you go.
There you go.
All right, people. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. We really, really appreciate it. We appreciate it when you reach out and touch us. We will be rewarding you in many ways this year. We have plans. And so hopefully you keep listening. Tell your friends. Please reblog. Post when we post on Facebook. Repost. All of that stuff. It helps us out.
And make sure if you
We're
are
a tiny, scrappy podcast.
Tiny little crap-tastic podcast. If you are going to reach out and touch us, please do it so inappropriately.
Oh, yeah, always. Everything you do, we suggest you do it inappropriately.
Yes, I agree.
As always, if you want stickers, just write to us at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. We'll send you stickers. You can also send us email that from there.
Mm-hmm.
And just, tell us what you like. Send us reviews or give us reviews. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter if you want.
Just don't follow us down the street.
Not really. We don't like that.
No, it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
I don't like being stalked. Not our fun. Thanks, though.
Is that it? Are we done?
We're done, man.
All right. We'll be back next Monday with more shenanigans, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure.
All right. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.